Five, four, three, two, one.
Let the games begin.
Hey there, everybody. Hey, welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica Live. Yes, a gun-toting version of Movies Merica Live here today here. And as always, I'm your humble host, Van Ebert, here to be here to attend to business in this Movies Merica Live episode here on this Sunday, all right? And yeah, it was time for a retro review of John Wick because I sure as hell was not going to review Snow White. Okay, so I hate to waste other people's time, and even more so, I hate to waste my time. Okay, so not going to waste my time with that whatsoever. Disney is not going to get me, all right? But so yeah, to that end, we are going to talk about some John Wick here, the action classic with Keanu Reeves there. But first, before we attend to that business, first, this.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
All right, everybody. Hey, welcome in again here to Movies Merica Live. And so, yeah, you know, that's a great thing about having some great older movies like John Wick is when you have a box office weekend where there's absolutely nothing that I want to review there as far as new movies and that kind of thing. You can always call back to the classics, so the classics like John Wick and Top Gun Maverick and all those great movies that I know that people are going to want to hear all about right there without fail. And I have to apologize, say sorry about the late start here today. I was just having some pain in the ass technological or tech problems here today. So it's one of those things like you want to do a show, you're really excited to do a show, you're getting all prepped for it and all that, and then like this stupid pain in the ass tech crap rears its ugly head right there, and you got to deal with that crap as well. But anyway, enough of my rant. I'm sure that's fascinating here. And I got a couple of gentlemen in the live chat here that I'm sure can associate with having technical problems when all you're trying to do is do a show and you've got technical problems. And that would be Beyond Formal and Lindy Rigg 87 in the live chat right here. And good to see you gentlemen here joining the show. Hopefully you have girded your loins for some John Wick talk here. And that reminds me that, yes, you can live chat with me and I can communicate back with you there again via the live chat on YouTube or Rumble there because, yeah, I don't want to just sit here, just talk about John Wick and talk about it to myself. What the hell? I don't need a Rumble show for that. I could just do that on my couch, all right? The whole point of this show is that I talk about movies and then God willing, some people show up and they want to talk about movies. All right. So God, and I hope that there's people that want to talk about movies. It's not like I'm doing a Rumble show about, estate planning or the proper way to file your life insurance papers in Toronto. Okay, no, hopefully movies are something that's entertaining, and people want to talk about them, particularly with a movie like John Wick. I'm not talking about some French obscure movie from the 1960s or something like that. No, this is John freaking Wick with Keanu Reeves, kicking ass and taking names, or taking ass and kicking names, however you want to put that there. So, yeah, we're going to get into some John Wick here real quick here. And so, first off, I should really welcome my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics in here today. You guys know who you are. And first thing that I'll mention about John Wick is it's directed by Chad Stahelski, but also it's really directed by David Leitch as well. But I guess I have some kind of probably like Directors Guild of America thing where they can only list Chad Stahelski. I don't know. There's been a bunch of movies here recently that I've seen where they list 2 directors for the movie. So I don't know what the deal is with John Wick and only having Chad Stahelski listed as a director. But anyway, I digress. But so the plot, to anybody that's seen it, they very well know what the plot is. The movie starts out showing John Wick, as kind of like this every guy, who and he's got this loving relationship with his wife that they show in flashbacks, and then it's painfully obvious after from the word go that things are going swimmingly for them, and then she collapses, and then it's diagnosed. She's diagnosed with a terminal disease, and John loses her, and it's just like this. To be quite honest with you, it's very depressing at the beginning of this movie right there. It doesn't start out with slam bang action, right off the bat, though. It starts out with slam bang sadness, really, at the beginning. I mean, you've got, his wife dying, you got a funeral, it's raining all the time, and then, being the great woman that it sounds like she was, she arranges to have this puppy delivered to John on, the night of her funeral and whatnot, and to maybe comfort her husband since she's gone and that kind of thing, like a real stand-up thing, like your spouse would do for you, when they're gone and whatnot. I mean, that takes imagination, that takes some thinking, that takes some forethought right there. Like, I know I'm dying. I know that one day my husband's going to be without me. There's going to be the inevitable day of the funeral, and he's going to need a pick me up. He's going to need something to really just help him out and take the edge off the grief and the sadness and all that. And so she has a forethought to have a puppy delivered to her husband right there. Like, that's a woman with something between her ears up here. And so you have that, and you're like, man, this movie's like really sad and really depressing, And then he runs into Yosef, the son of Russian mob boss there, Vigo Tarasov, and Yosef is complimenting him on his '69 Mustang and wants to buy it, and John Wick says not for sale, and Yosef doesn't take to that too kindly. And next thing you know, we have Yosef and his goons breaking into John's house in the middle of the night, basically just sucker punching him, sucker attacking him, basically, and, and to get his car. And they didn't have to do this, but, they could have just stole the car, but then to add insult to injury, they kill his dog as well. I mean, the movie probably would have been a whole lot different if they would have just stole the car, but then they kill his puppy as well because, Yosef, he's pretty much a dumbass in this movie. He's just this spoiled, rotten, kid, like you see too often from people that are wealthy. Their kids are freaking spoiled, rotten punks. They're pillow soft. And so that's the same with Yosef in this movie. And he kills his dog. And it sets off this whole chain of reaction there. And you start to realize, okay, this isn't just some movie about mourning and sympathy and all that stuff, because they're cutting to these Russian mobsters. You got John Leguizamo. He's he's running a chop shop, and he's reacting to John Wick a certain way, and then you start realizing, John Wick, man, this guy is somebody, right? He's not a nobody, he's a somebody. And then you get John Wick, and he starts off on his path of revenge, right? Going after Yosef and anybody that gets in his way, anybody that's in his way between him and Yosef, right? There, and so it's this big, bloody, violent, badass journey of revenge here. And I'm not going to go too much into the plot anymore than that here, especially since I need a drink here. So, and if you guys are drinking, hey, by all means, toss them back. Oh yeah, definitely need a drink because I've got this like this sore throat, coughing, congestion thing that just will not freaking go away, and it's really pissing me off, especially since I'm somebody who does a show like this, which involves a lot of talking. All right, so I'm like trying all these techniques and whatnot, it just will not go away. So let's just say. That combined with a bunch of other things that happened this year, 2025 really sucks balls so far. So anyway, there we go. That's that. And Lindy Rig 87 right there. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back right there. Yeah, so one of the 4 lines that Keanu Reeves has in this movie right there, and that's in a moment in the movie where he's in a very he's a very what's the word I'm looking at? He's in a sticky situation, okay, in this movie, and he's talking like that right there. But let's talk more about John Wick here. And so in 2013, Keanu Reeves, quite honestly, he desperately needed a box office hit to provide a point break to his career, careening towards the end, and instead speed up a journey back to success. He just bombed with 47 Ronin, and he also had a string of duds before that for years. Then Reeves was given the screenplay by screenwriter Derek Kolstad, which was originally titled Scorn. It wasn't originally titled John Wick. And Scorn was a story about a 75-year-old assassin coming out of retirement on a revenge killing spree. Of course, they changed it to someone more middle-aged, and Keanu Reeves jumped on it and made the role his, like, Matt Damon made Jason Bourne his, or Harrison Ford made Indiana Jones his. And Keanu didn't want to just half-ass playing the role where he'd just do the acting and then, like a punk, let a stuntman do all the stunts. No. He invested himself, mentally and physically into the role with martial arts training and firearms training, as seen here. Let's take a look at this video real quick here and check this out there. So let's do that. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. Share that out and do that. And all right. Let's do it. Get this over here. Presentation. All right. Just got to get my ducks in a row. Let's do that. And all right. There we go. And you know what? It would probably help if I play that. Here we go.
Stand by.
In case you haven't guessed, that's Keanu Reeves. I should probably mention that. Oh, on top of the fact that, the title says Keanu shredding with Taron Butler. So there we go. All right. That should give it away. All right, there we go. So
James.
Let's kill that. There we go. All right, so let's do that. But so that's just Keanu Reeves, and putting forth more than just half-ass effort into this movie right there. Because when you're doing a movie like John Wick and you want to make the role your own, you don't want to come off looking like some punk. I mean, you want to, do it right. So, and then on top of that, Reeves had already learned karate and kung fu for the Matrix, to cover the martial arts part of this. And when he learned those martial arts for the Matrix, he learned it. He was trained by no other than legendary Hong Kong fight choreographer Yen Wo Ping. And then also he learned judo and jiu-jitsu for John Wick. And he learned that from 8711 Action Design, which is a fight choreography team led by the director of John Wick himself, or one of the directors of John Wick himself, Chad Stahelski, right there. So let's check out a video of that there too. So we got all kinds of videos here today. All right. Oops. And here we go. There we go. Nice. Share that out. There we go. It looks so much better in full screen, wouldn't you say? So there we go.
The tone of the action is such a great part of John Wick. Longer takes, complexity, footwork.
We wanted a project that let us do something a little bit more from the human side of things. Instead of just training an actor to do choreography, we just made Keanu pretty much one of the choreographers, one of our stuntmen. We pushed him harder than I think we've ever pushed anybody. You'll see him take his own falls, his own rolls. You'll see him do his own reloads. You'll see him unjam and jam a weapon. You'll see him do all his own disarms. You'll see him drive his car. You'll see him hit things with a car when it's really Keanu Reeves. So we kind of threw away the actor thing and just trained him as a stunt guy.
That was always the mantra. He's going to roll the camera and it's going to roll for 30 seconds and see how many people you can hose down with a pistol in 30 seconds. That's demanding. It's really demanding as movie fighting goes. We talked a lot about how could we make this one bigger and meaner, and we settled on the idea that we need to make Keanu better, hence the long training period for Keanu Reeves. So as I put the suit back on, I went back into training. The stunt team has a lot of experience training actors.
Whatever it is, he embraces it full-heartedly. He just goes full throttle the whole way.
I would find it difficult to get a 50-year-old man in that kind of combat-ready state, except Keanu. I think Keanu wants to live that life of, this is who I am. And I think he brings that every time we rehearse and every time we train.
Yeah, I mean, I'm older, so it's harder to show off. And you have more technique, so that helps keep balancing it out. The age is winning, of course, but the techniques are helping me get by. The more I can do and the more confidence that Chad and the stunt team have in me, then they go, okay, now let's give him some more responsibility. Oh, you can do that? Oh, cool. Okay, well, what about that? Ah, shoot, I can't quite do that. Train him.
Keanu trains on the weekends. He trained for 4 or 5 months before the movie started shooting. And I don't mean like once a week, like every day, 4 or 5 hours a day.
The great thing about Keanu is he's super committed. When there's training to be done, he's going to do it. And he shows up early to train and works as hard as possible.
As you get deeper and deeper into training, you get less and less normal life, which I enjoy the focus of it. My friends are like, where did you go? I'm in the training paradigm.
I really enjoy the physical side of it. I'm a Virgo. I like tasks. I like the puzzle. I like trying to get good at something. So it's fun to do the physical stuff, figure it out and try and be great at it. I started training 2 years after the release of the first one. So the weapon stuff came back pretty quick. That muscle memory, the judo not so much.
I've gone out to some of the best instructors to enrich Keanu Reeves, to get him better at what it is we're going to do in the movie.
We just went to town training him on 14 or 15 great judo moves, aki-jitsu moves, and then really upped his jiu-jitsu game. Like spent a lot of time grappling.
So we brought the masters in, the Machado brothers, just so we can get the best knowledge. They'd come in and see his jiu-jitsu training.
A great honor to have the Machado brothers come to 8711.
I love John Wick. I think it was one of the best fight scenes ever seen. I believe for me it was the first movie which you see the mix of good martial arts so well put together. What we did with Keanu, I start to see his knowledge. He's already very sharp in techniques. And we start trying to improve the transitions. And like somebody come on top of him, he escape quick and go, grab the neck, boom, break. In every position, he know how to escape, how to set up, how to counterattack, and how to do the submission. He have that focus, that determination, everything perfect. Is very impressive.
It was basically just like an hour with them, and they each taught me one technique. Everything was breath and flow. When are you slow? When are you fast? Is your breath while that's happening?
That's why I'm here today, bring you what we know best.
That's always with me. Like, that's part of how we talk now. Let's get the flow.
And Keanu Reeves, he's doing this as a 50-plus-year-old man. So don't try this at home, kids. It's it's not for everybody.
We wanted the audience watching our lead cast, who actually went through the training and got to do the action itself.
The stunt team is built on mastery. They want A-plus level work. And that's what I strive for. I strive for excellence.
It's really kind of neat to be meeting these wonderful performers and artists who are like, yeah, we want to play.
They're obviously showing scenes from other John Wick movies here, so like particularly John Wick Chapter 2. So yeah, if you've only seen John Wick and haven't seen any of the other ones, you're looking and watching this like, wait, I don't remember that scene from the first John Wick movie. What movie is that? It's because apparently they're showing this from John Wick Chapter 2, but.
Casting was another one of those great parts that had a couple great character moments and had a lot of action. So we didn't want to go out and cast just a stuntman or a cast member that's really defined action. We'd rather find someone very interesting who had a great character attribute to him and then train them as we did with Keanu.
I knew that these are stunt guys are the best in the industry, and they just really great at what they do. So the opportunity to work with Keanu Reeves, and once they put Rome on the map too, it was like, I need to be in John Wick too.
Common's like, let's train, man. We got to do John Wick style. And I'm like, yeah, man, right on. So he's been training guns and jujitsu and going through the Wick program.
I've been learning a whole lot, and I have to say it's like learning a new language. And I love getting to do the work, and it's hard work. Some days you go home and your neck is messed up for a week, but it's no time to cry or whine when you're working with 8711. I can remember being like, hey, I messed up my neck. It's a strain or something going on, and I can barely turn it. It's like, okay, cool, stretch it out. And then we got back into putting me in the headlocks and stuff. I was like, okay, all right, this is what we're doing.
Ruby's going through the Wick program. Welcome to Wick.
I said to Chad, how much of this am I going to do and how much is going to be a stunt double? And he's like, you can do it.
All right, since this is actually starting getting more into John Wick 2 here, which we are not covering in this week, you might be like, hey, John Wick 2 was not in my syllabus here, Professor. Yes, so, yes. To that end, we'll end the video early right there because, they're starting to kind of get more into John Wick 2 and all of that right there. But, you see from that, if there's nothing else that you get from that video, you should recognize that from sheer will and effort, I'd say Keanu Reeves deserved and was born to play John Wick for sure. So, and real quick, while it's top of mind here for me, I just want to ask you if you would go ahead and just karate kick that like button down there as my throat is starting to kill me. And then also hit that subscribe or follow button down there, as well as the notification bell there if you would. And then also, if you aren't watching live right now and you're checking the things out, checking out the recording of this, I should say, we can still communicate with each other. You just have to do that via the comments section down below, and just say hi or hello or Auf Wiedersehen or whatever, or let me know, if there's a movie you want me to review sometime, or hey, you can let me know, give me some good, honest, constructive feedback about how I'm doing on this show. Do I suck ass? Am I kicking ass? I don't know. Just let me know there in the comment section down below right there. So, and then also, if you would follow me on certain platforms there, because I'm on Rumble under @Movies Merica. I should warn you about Rumble. @Movies Merica. There's a couple of Movies Merica accounts on Rumble. Mine is obviously the one with a whole crap load of videos on it. The other one I don't think has any videos on it. So, and then I'm on X and Facebook under @Movies Merica. and Instagram as well. So, and Gab. So yeah, if you'd follow me there and just let me know that you followed me, and I will follow you back right there. All right. So to preserve the old throat here, let's proceed on here, and I'm going to probably speed through a little bit more of John Wick right here. But all that to say, I think John Wick does a great job of making you not think much of John in the beginning of the movie, kind of like I alluded to a little earlier. Not disrespect so much for John, but just not being impressed by anything he does. I mean, you feel terrible for him because his wife died, but you don't have any idea of who John Wick really is in this world. However, you sure do start to get an idea from just how John Leguizamo's Aurelio character reacts to Iosif telling him, that he stole a car, and then Aurelio realizing, oh crap, this is John Wick's car. And then to add to that, you see how Vigo reacts when Aurelio tells him that Iosif stole John's car and killed his dog, because Vigo just goes, oh, and hangs up the phone there. And that definitively spells out that John is some sort of unstoppable, death-dealing, laser-focused fatal force that even the underworld pisses their pants about. And they see death at his hand as an inevitability once you're in his crosshairs. I mean, you don't get the nickname Baba Yaga from the underworld by being the best tennis player in the mob, all right? So you get it from doing things like killing 3 men with a pencil, or, wasting so many baddies that you launch a Russian mobster like Vigo to the big time with your body count. And, John, he goes from a guy just getting up in the morning to coffee and bran flakes to an efficient, proficient killer who is on a first-name basis with everyone in all corners of the criminal underworld. And so you just see that character arc for John in this movie here. So, and it's intriguing to check it out, especially like the first time you've seen John Wick and you have no idea what is coming there. So, but right now, typically what you would see is I would be doing some brew review time here. I'd be reviewing a beer, but not on this episode here. I'm on a mental and physical regimen called 75 Hard. And one of the things you can't do, one of the no-nos, is drink booze. And so I can't do the brew review time, but that will be starting up again next Sunday, though. I will go back to my brew review time next Sunday. But what I can do is show you how you can get some some merch here. If I could talk today, my God, there. So you just have to click on the merch link down in the description there and get yourself like a Movies Merica t-shirt or Movies Merica pint glass or shot glasses, phone case, what have you, right there. So it's all good there. But and then as you see down below, and ignore the overlay, that still hasn't been fixed. Forget the promo code whiskey. It's movies there. I'll put movies in there for free shipping, and that's a heck of a thing. I mean, that's sweetening the deal right there for the merch right there. But check that out right there. So let's get out of that. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. And get the ball rolling here. And all right, let's do this here. Well, I've got some random thoughts, as I typically do, for the movies that I review on Sundays, my spoiler-free review. And my first random thought about John Wick is, at first I didn't like the stylized subtitles that they use, as the movie goes along. But as I've watched John Wick several times, they have grown on me. That's because I've slowly but surely realized that they just add to the coolness vibe of all the John Wick movies here. And then my other random thought is, I mean, I don't have to tell you. I mean, it becomes painfully obvious, or not painfully, but joyfully obvious, I should say, in this movie that this movie is Candyland for the pew pew crowd, okay? Also known as gun enthusiasts everywhere. I mean, you have Smith & Wesson 1911s, Glock 26, Kel-Tec KSG-12s, got Terran Tactical Glock 34 Combat Masters, what else? CA-415 rifles, I mean, etc., etc. I mean, and you know, I'm not going to do a deep dive on all the guns in these movies right there. There's so many other separate videos that do such a better job than I do about the guns that are used in all the John Wick movies, and they're very, very entertaining. So, but I would definitely check them out. I have found them very intriguing as well there. So, all right, let's do this here real quick and let you guys know about a great sponsor that we have for the show. I'm going to take a drink here real quick here, if you would allow me. All right, appreciate that. So appreciate you guys bearing with me there. All right. And we got a great sponsor called Flip City Magazine here. That is a magazine that is going to make you laugh your butt off right there, to be quite honest with you there. And so it follows in the footsteps of Mad Magazine and Crack Magazine from back in the day, where you used to be able to pick up those magazines, get a good laugh there with looking through those movies or through those magazines right there. But they kind of went woke there a little bit. They went woke, but you don't have to worry about that with Flip City Magazine. Flip City Magazine, their main purpose is to make you laugh there because they didn't allow themselves to get assimilated into the woke Borg like Mad Magazine and Crack Magazine and all that did right there. So, but let's see if I can. Jeez, I could not find this freaking video. Okay, there we go. About freaking time. Rumble Studio. All right. Okay, but anyway, enough of that. Let's just gonna play this video while I have flames coming out of my ears.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
All right. So, yes, that should tantalize you to grab yourself some, I can't even talk today, some Flip City Magazine right here. I am just having a day here. And you can get yourself some Flip City Magazine. Just got to click on the Flip City link in the description down below. And then as you see down below there, if you put in promo code MOVIES, you are going to get 10% off your order of the best non-woke comic around there. So, and just to show you that I am not asking you to do something that I haven't done myself, boom, boom. There we go. Flip City Magazine. Check that out. Get a nice little closer look to that. Look at that gleam, that shine right there. Very, very nice right there. So, but yeah, just grab yourself a subscription to the magazine right there and let the giggles commence in your life right there. And hey, so I'm Sean Cav has joined the show here, and I appreciate you joining the show there. And everybody, just look up I'm Sean Cav on Rumble. or Sean Cab on Rumble, and you'll see his great shows. And also we've got Lindy Rigg and Beyond Formal here in the chat, and they've got great shows on Rumble too. Just look up Lindy Rigg 87 and Beyond Formal in Rumble and check out their stuff as well. So there you go. Right. And speaking of Lindy Rigg, so on this Thursday's Movies Merica spoiler warning show, Lindy Rigg 87 will be my special guest right there. So not special like short bus special. Well, maybe that kind of special. There you go. I mean, he's always like bragging how he gets free pudding every afternoon and whatnot, and loves his new coloring books that he gets to color in and all that stuff. Maybe it's a short bus kind of special there. Yeah, there we go. Let's go with that. I'm making a final decision. Short bus special. There you go. But join me in Lindy Rigg 87 as we do an even deeper dive on John Wick, and hopefully I can make it longer in that during that episode than I can today with my shitty voice over here. That's really pissing me off. But anyway, so real quick here, let me let you guys know whether or not John Wick is a woke after school special, because that's what I always do with the Sunday show here. I always want to let you know if a movie is a woke after school special. And if you've seen the movie, you know, of course it's not. If you have not seen the movie, I tell you, no, not at all. It is not a woke after school special. This movie has about as much woke in this as there are lines for Keanu Reeves in the screenplay. So, which is to say, there is no woke in John Wick whatsoever. It is just, the movie is designed to entertain you. That's it. And that's all movies should be. I mean, movies can inform you. I mean, you got like Schindler's List. It's kind of an informative movie and that kind of thing, but it's also entertaining and not preachy or anything like that. Well, I mean, I guess you ask any neo-Nazi about Schindler's List, I guess they'd probably consider it preachy, but who cares what they think, right? But anyway, so, all right. So let me take a minute here to Linda 87 says, I have my helmet ready. Duh! So if you guys are appreciating what I'm doing, maybe even on a off episode like this one that I am clearly having here, enough to throw a buck or two my way, well, you can definitely do that. So I'll give you a couple of ways you could do that. If you are checking me out on Rumble, you can give me what's called a Rumble rant. And the way you do that is down by where you type in your live chat message. Just click on the button with the $sign on it, and it'll just ask you how much you want to throw this guy's way, and that's it. Very easy. That's what's called a Rumble rant. So, and then if you're on YouTube, they call that a super chat. And so in YouTube, it works very similarly. Down by where you type in your live chat message, you just have to look for the button with the $bill sign on it and click on that. It'll just ask you how much you want to throw my way if you are so inclined. And that's it. Very easy peasy lemon squeezy right there, everybody. So, but enough begging for money from me. I know it is quite pathetic, but my final thoughts on John Wick is this is an action classic for a reason. If you have the distinct pleasure of maybe running into somebody that has not seen John Wick, and that by all means treat yourself and them by checking it out and just getting like the raw first timers reaction to John Wick. It's a special treat. I've had that pleasure a couple times in my life right there, and it's just great to see their jaws drop to the floor. And then, of course, they want to watch all the other John Wick movies as well. So naturally, that's a natural human reaction right there. So that is how we roll over here. All right. So, but all right, let's as I cough all over you over here. But again, I want to thank everybody for checking out this episode of Movies Merica Live as I do my retro review of John Wick here. And also, I've got reviews of the other John or some other John Wick movies out there. I haven't done all of them. I don't think I've done John Wick 2 yet, but I have done John Wick 4. I think I've done John Wick 3 as well. So with John Wick, with John Wick 3 is like John Wick 3 Parabellum. Parabellum being a overly fancy word for war, basically. So, and then I've done John Wick 4, but I haven't done John Wick 2. So I think I'm going to have to do that one of these days, no doubt there. But let everybody know of this episode. Well, maybe not this episode. I don't want this episode being anyone's first impression of my show whatsoever. So I'm actually telling you, don't send them the link to this show, because this show, I mean, quite honestly, sucked. Okay, right here, because I'm under the weather. All right, I'm playing injured, everybody. All right, that's my attempt to get you to feel sorry for me, right there. But just send them, any other episode than this piece of shit episode, right there. But again, I want to thank everyone for watching either live or after the fact here, and let's check out here. So and. Love it. All right. So with that, everybody, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey guys, don't leave the video quite yet. Okay, I've got a popo. They're coming after me, and I don't have much time to tell you, but you need to like and subscribe this video right here, down below. It's right down there. It's just waiting. It's waiting for you down there, okay? And make sure you watch these videos over here too. You'll be doing me a big favor. I'll be in handcuffs pretty soon. All right. Thanks for watching.